Successfully juggling through your many tasks while trying to be the best version of yourself can be one of the most rewarding experiences of life, yet a rather daunting task. Now join Cresta Durojaiye, Africa's leading productivity expert and life strategist, as she equips and empowers you with practical tools that bring organization and structure to help you be more efficient and live your best life possible. If you struggle with pulling it all together and need someone to handhold you through the process, this is the podcast for you. You're listening to Life Lessons with Cresta Durojaiye.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new week of the Life Lessons podcast. It's always a pleasure to have you join me here. Today's topic is failing to plan is planning to fail. Now, let's start out defining what it means to plan. A plan is a detailed decision on what one intends to achieve. I know that some people have said to me repeatedly, "Oh, Cresta, planning is restrictive for me. It makes me feel caged, makes me feel like I'm in a box. I just want to be free to do things on the spur of the moment." Yes, I hear you. I know that for some of us, Benjamin Franklin's quote that says, if you fail to plan, you are planning to fail. It is just for some of us a quote. For some other people, it's just a mantra. And for others, it's just really nothing. But for me, it rings so true. I've experienced all sides of it, and I can say from experience that whenever I fail to plan, I actually end up with a result that is below excellent. At other times, I'm just lucky to get it right. You know how sometimes you just dabble into success. Sometimes that's what it is for me. But what this means is that 99.9% of the time, things don't quite turn out as well as I really want them to, simply because I failed to plan. Now, planning is one thing, and acting on your plans is another kettle of fish altogether. I'm saying this because sometimes a lot of us, we just say that we put plans together, but because we did not act on them, those plans don't come to fruition. But when that happens, we come back and we say, "Oh, leave that planning matter, please. It doesn't work. I've tried it many times." How can it work if you do not add work to it? You don't work on it, so it will not work. It is just a plan. It has no hands or feet. It cannot do the work for you. You put the plans in place, but you have to act on those plans. That's when it can happen. Or else it's as good as, a nicely written or captured piece of information on paper, So I'll share with you something real quick. Recently, I came face to face with having to practice what I preach. Now, I have been preparing for a project, and I just kept asking my husband and my close friends and family, "Oh, pray with me. I just want to succeed at this thing," and all that. And just yesterday, he was like, "Hello, you need to practice what you preach. Use your SMART goals and put a structured plan in place, and you will succeed." That just really, it dampened me for a while, but I had to go back and think. And it was true what he said. And I had to go back to the drawing board, because this is what you say all the time. Now, when the time comes and you're confronted with the situation, sometimes you forget what it is that you've been preaching. So I had to begin to practice what I preached. So I sat down and I wrote down specific plans and goals to help me achieve what it was that I was, the project I'm working on. So what am I saying? Sometimes we say we want to lose weight. Sometimes we want to live healthier lifestyles. Oh, sometimes it's, I want to pass this examination, and etc., etc. And that alone is not good enough. We desire it, we dream it, but we have to take it a notch higher by putting a structured plan in place. For example, we could say, if it has to do with the examination, you could say, "I will read for this examination 3 hours every day from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Or if it has to do with your, losing your weight, you can say, "I will exercise for 30 minutes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday." Now, that's a structured plan that is specific, that is measurable, that is achievable, that is relevant, and it is time bound. Now, when you have When you have put together structured plans like this and you act on it, you will notice that you will begin to see excellence. You begin to experience success, and you will see a higher level of productivity on virtually everything that you set out to do. On the other hand, when you don't put any plan in place, more often than not, none of these things get done. And it leaves you constantly feeling like a failure, saying, oh, nothing I ever do works or turns out well. And my beloved African brothers and sisters can go the extra mile to say, oh, I think I'm cursed. You're not cursed. You just need to be more intentional by putting structured plans in place for everything that you know you want to do well at. Now, when you plan, you have more control over the outcome of the results. We will pray, but we must do the needful. If we do not plan, more often than not, anything goes. Not planning is virtually the same thing as operating in the anyhowness frame of mind. Pardon me, anyhowness is my word for the season, because I'm determined to not do things anyhow, because the results that will come out will be anyhow. So yes, when you don't plan, you're operating in the anyhowness frame of mind. And in other words, your outcome or results, like I said, are usually unpredictable. And after a while, it spirals outwards and begins to affect all other areas of your life, eventually leaving you feeling depressed. So when we fail to plan, the many priorities, there are always so many things choking up our schedule. They eventually overwhelm us. So planning or not planning for me is the vast difference between you getting an amazing victory in something or you really getting a depressing failure. Yes. So what are some of the pros for planning? You strike a healthier life balance. You get more done within a limited time frame. You achieve more. Your achievements actually far outweigh your underachievements at any given point in time. And planning also helps you to be proactive instead of reactive. If you don't plan, you tend to spend valuable time and energy playing catch up, which is being reactive, reacting to things as they come. And it leaves you stressed out, breathless. Most of the time, you're constantly feeling low and down and underachieved. So we need to begin to understand that planning helps us become the best productive version of ourselves. Now, some tips that could help you plan better. Start to plan for your tomorrow today. Also, break your big goals down into bite sizes so that it's easier and faster for you to, achieve. Another tip is learn to put structured timelines around your plans instead of just leaving them open-ended. Structured plans and timelines, when you act upon them, they ensure execution. Now, it is always best to be in control. How do you get in control? By pre-programming your day or your mindset ahead so that you set the tone to reflect the result that you want to achieve, rather than just reacting to circumstances as they befall you. Now, this week, let's do things differently. Let's determine to put together structured plans around the things that we want to be excellent at. And let us follow them for real. And trust me, you will see the difference. Now, if you have been doing it already, bravo. And if you haven't been doing it, learn to plan for your tomorrow today. And while you're at it, remember, share your experiences with people. Let me put you on a test. Share your experiences on the comment section of this podcast, because you just never know who needs it or who may be encouraged by it. And finally, whilst you plan, resist the urge to worry. You know what? Today that you're in is the tomorrow that you worried about yesterday. So just quit worrying, because tomorrow you will wonder again why you worried about today, yesterday. So quit worrying, do what you need to do, and then pray about it. By all means, I support that you pray. And then cheers and keep your chin up and have a planned, stressless week. Bye.
If you enjoyed this episode of Life Lessons with Cresta Durojaiye, now don't forget to leave a comment and of course share this episode with those you love.